Alrighty, so I've had the chance to play the Evil Dead game, and basically I wanted to do an impression/review on it because it just came out a few days ago and I just really wanted to talk about it. First of all, I'm a big Evil Dead fan. I've seen all the movies and the series, and I was eagerly waiting for this game to arrive, and I'm glad it did. It plays like a mash of Friday the 13th game and that shitty Resident Evil Resistance. So the way it works is one player is a demon basically fucking with the survivors by placing traps, spawning more deadites, and occasionally turning into the boss. Whereas the other 4 players follow the steps to try and stop some ritual from happening. I'm genuinely enjoying the game so far, and man, it's oozing with fan service. If you know anything about the movies or the show, you'll find it here as some reference or a character. However, there are some issues I want to get into. First of all, I'm playing on PC, which means that it's a fucking Epic Store exclusive. And honestly, I would have given up hope right there if it wasn't for cross-platform. So thankfully, you can play with Xbox or PlayStation players, preventing the game from dying immediately. Yet, I still feel as if the game is in danger of losing its player base quickly because of some problems. One being gameplay. It's definitely solid, and with a survivor combat just consisting of 3 light combo hits and a heavy attack with a dodge that's tied to your stamina. When you hit, your character will kinda auto-lock to the person you're facing, and continuing to hit them puts them in a combo. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention, once you hit an enemy a few times, you can basically do a finisher move on them, and when you do that, it's a pretty slow animation, but you actually are invulnerable while you're doing it. And the gunplay is pretty simple. It's just aiming and shooting. With the survivors, you can also light fires to reduce fear, revive dead allies by bringing them to an altar, and search crates for higher tier loot. So what's the issue? It's so janky right now. I can definitely blame my own internet connection for it, but even in the single player missions, it feels quite janky. A lot of the fights just end up being a fat smosh pit where you either stun lock the enemy or they stun lock you. And even the gunplay feels really off sometimes, as when you shoot someone, there's a second delay before they actually die or any damage registers. But still, it works and it doesn't feel broken. At least all the time. Also, pressing and holding E is a huge problem. To pick up stuff or to revive someone, you have to press and hold E, and the amount of fucking time the bar fills up and nothing happens, or the prompt just doesn't fucking work, is too much, because it happens at the worst of times. It's a problem I hope the developers can find some way of fixing, or just getting rid of the whole pressing and holding E, because whenever you're in a stressful situations or you're getting fucking knocked around by the deadites, it's really fucking annoying when you're trying to do something and it just won't work. So the demon, on the other hand, plays pretty well actually. You basically fly around in the zoomy first-person perspective, collecting orbs to upgrade your level to further your abilities. You can rip open a portal to spawn more basic or elite units. You can also place traps that scare the survivors, building up their fear, which then you can possess them, having full control over them. And the only way to stop it is if the other survivors start beating the shit out of you until they have control again. You know, like a real exorcism.
Suck on this.
You can also possess the Deadites, giving you control over them, as well as becoming a boss character that can easily fuck up the survivors if they're not careful. You can also possess cars and trees, and there's honestly quite a lot of stuff you can do as a demon. So far with the balance, I can't really say. I haven't had too many games yet. I've only had about 3 or 4 with the demon because the wait time takes fucking forever, but thankfully for the survivors it's actually pretty quick. It's only about like a minute wait time, but for the demon it's about like a 15-minute wait time. Plus, I mean, I suck ass as demon, so far usually if the survivors make it to the giant Jawas, they pretty much have won. Usually the demon wins by wiping out the survivors at the start by separating them and giving them no chance to recover. Still, I've had some matches that have been neck and neck, so hopefully the devs keep at it with a balancing in the future. Finally, its biggest flaw, in my opinion, and the same flaw for all these other games coming out recently, is not enough content. The demons and survivors are fine. There are 3 demons and I think 13 survivors, which is a good amount of variety. What I'm talking about is the mode and map. You only have one map that's basically split into 2. You just spawn at like either end of the map. The only difference is that sometimes they add different weather effects, like it's snowing or it's like nighttime. I think I saw a comment that said that the devs are adding 2 more maps, so hopefully it comes out soon because we definitely need it. And the main game mode, like, it's fine. Basically the way it works is you collect 3 parts of a map, then you collect a dagger and the pages, and you collect those by standing in a circle and waiting until it fills up. Finally, you kill the giant Jawas and you protect the Necronomicon from the demon. My issue is that you have to do it in that exact order over and over again. Games like Dead by Daylight have the stupid generators, but at least you get to choose which one you want to do first. And even Friday the 13th game has several ways of escaping the map. I just hope they can either evolve this mode or have some new ones that change it up without making it unbalanced. Anyway, those are my thoughts. The game is kick-ass right now. It's a true faithful video game adaptation. I'm really enjoying it. It just needs a good scrubbing and some more content. If you want to wait on it, maybe check it out in a month. Hopefully they've fixed a few issues and added the more maps by then. And by then I would easily recommend it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Like if you agree, and like if you also disagree, because